Wow. In freaking incredible. Incredible. This is wow. What a insane game. Wow. I can't believe what I just saw. I cannot believe what I just saw. This is shocking. This is insanity. You talking about one of the most. See, this is why you pay quarterbacks $200 million. And hear what I said. I didn't say playmaker. I didn't say any of that. I said quarterback. This is why you pay quarterbacks the $50 million. This is what it looks like when a quarterback takes the game into his own hands. Okay? And he comes up clutch in clutch situations, in big situations. This is why you pay quarterbacks and not playmakers $50 million. My God. My goodness. You talking about something. This was a fucking amazing. This is fucking amazing. That was wow. This is fucking insane. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't see how Baltimore can come back from this. Has to be. This has to be one of the most insane endings. And I'm talking about insane endings. This guy rushed for almost these guys rushed for almost 250 fucking yards in the game and lost. This is the reason why I don't believe in paying quarterbacks $50 million. Okay? Especially guys that are not quarterbacks and they're not elite. This is why you don't do it. This is exactly why you don't do it. This dude was fucking insane. And I'm talking about Josh Allen. This dude is you talking about a guy that came in the league struggling. His mechanics, everything was wrong. He went from making a ton of fucking mistakes, a lot of interceptions, a lot of bad decisions, to a guy that's right now, he is playing on an elite status, a league of his own. I'm going to tell you people like this. This is wow. I'm kind of shocked. I am absolutely shocked. I am out of my mind shocked. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball, but throughout the game, and one of the things that I've always said about this Baltimore Ravens team, like, yeah, I like, that they run the ball and they play solid football up front. But, these big games, man, these big games just, it was, like I said, in the fourth quarter, it was 40-25, y'all, okay? 40-25. And granted that Derrick Henry, indeed, his fumble was huge. Now, this guy had, like I said, this is one of the things that just happens in football. This happened to the best of them. Like this is insane. And one of the things that stands out to me right now, and I said this a good 3 years ago, couple years ago. A good almost 2 years ago. I'll give it 2 years ago. I said to myself, watching the great Matt Ryan, kind of coming to an end, his career slowly coming to an end, and seeing the NFL game change. Like you look at this, man. Um, you look at this game. Um, there's a nice balance that has to happen with a lot of quarterbacks right now. You have to have a healthy dose of a guy that can stand in the pocket and move. He stand in the pocket, deliver the ball, extend plays with his legs, and is willing to run for the first down. This is what happened all night. I love the fact that Josh Allen, he didn't have it early on. I love the fact that he did not have it early on, and he checked the ball down. They ran the ball, and they stayed on it. And it wasn't just with the offensive line, giving the push. They checked the ball down, got him into a rhythm. They got James Cook into a rhythm. They used James Cook outs in the flats, checking the ball down. And these are the things that quarterbacks have to do. If there's nothing open, don't force it. Check the ball down, get the ball to your running back side of the backfield. But Josh Allen had everybody. I'm talking about all of his guys incomplete. I mean, the wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, everybody touched the ball. Everybody touched the ball with him. This was just an absolute incredible game. Okay? This was just an incredible game. And like I said, for me personally, man, this is why right now Josh Allen is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. It's for me, it's only two elite quarterbacks in the league right now. Two elite quarterbacks in the league right now, and that's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But the things that I'm seeing out of Josh Allen, like I said, he's using his legs to extend the play. He's using his legs to extend the play, and he's making the throws. He's making the throws. I like if I'm Lamar, I don't know what else. You got to get better as a quarterback, bro. Y'all can't keep running the ball like this, okay? Can't keep running the ball like this. And I know, like I said, I know this is not going to. He has to get better as a quarterback. I saw, in my opinion, and like I said, this is just my opinion. I saw a guy and I saw a team that refuses to change anything about what they're doing. I saw a team, as far as their passing game, I didn't see anything different. The dude threw the ball 19 times. You put up 40 points, but a lot of that was just bad defense. Like, Buffalo's defense is bad. Buffalo's defense is very bad. Bucks, what's going on? AJ, Josh Allen is the exception, not the standard. I'd rather lose with a missed field goal than lose. I know we lost a heartbreaker, but man, some teams lost even more heartbreaking fashion. Matt Prater, the same age as my dad. Yeah, Matt Prater been in the league for a long time, man. He goes and says, I stopped watching the game. This is how I found out. Yeah. Great. Sonya, how you doing, baby? That was a great game. Josh is the MVP. Keith Hicks, cool as hot garbage. Why is he even on the team? This is what Sam always say. A.U. Jackson, he wants to run around like a high school and still not throw the ball. Like, this is not, look, this is a problem. It's becoming a problem with the head coach. It's becoming a problem with Lamar Jackson. You put up all these points and they still lose the same way. The defense is just getting worse. This is the crazy part. The defense is steady getting worse. You just gave Keith Hamilton all this money and they still gave up 41 points. You brought all these DBs. You drafted Malachi Starks. They still give up 41 points. You rushed for two. You had a 40 to 25, and I don't like I said. I'm one fumble. Yes, you put them right back. This is the thing. This is. Well, I'm not gonna just solely point the finger at Derrick Henry with the fumble because it opened the floodgates, and this is what happens when you turn the ball over in key situations like that. One fumble, you still had a 2-possession lead. Okay, 2-possession lead. And you couldn't make the plays with your arm as a quarterback. These are the exact same thing. You talking about somebody who's gonna be insane and you talking about a person that's gonna be laughing his ass off is Sam. Okay, Mr. White Sports Network, OG Sam is going to be, boy, this is going to be fun listening to him tomorrow because it's the same repetitive stuff. He cannot. And Lamar looked like he wanted to cry. He looked like he wanted to cry, and he looked like he was shitting on himself, like a 4-year-old on like a 2-year-old child on the sideline. This was sickening. There was a sickening effort from everybody. This is why you got to learn how to close games. And like I said, for me, y'all can say whatever you want to say about the defense, but this dude was 19. This dude was 14 of 19. You put up most of them points because Derrick Henry himself had about 3 or 4 touchdowns running the damn ball. They was making plays with screen. Like they was. If it wasn't for Buffalo, if Buffalo wasn't really, if they were tackling better, a lot better than what we saw, this game wouldn't have been like that. But the fact that Buffalo still played like absolute horse crap and you still couldn't finish, like that just says a lot. That says a lot. Like this is, look, like I said, Sam is gonna be sick. Put up 50. Look, whoo, look. That y'all look. I'm telling y'all right now. You better, if you want to hear somebody go off on Lamar Jackson and these Ravens, Mr. Sports Network right now, Mr. White Sports Network, it's going to be epic. Okay, epic. I like I said, man, this is why you look, man. Lamar is probably one of the best playmakers the position has ever seen besides Mike Vick. He's what Mike Vick should have done. But he's also Mike Vick. And he can't make passes. He can't make plays with his arm. 14 of 19, that's not good. If I'm paying you $50 million, I need my quarterback to throw the ball more than 19 times a game. It was the same thing all night. Running backwards, running sideways, running backwards, running sideways. Lamar Jackson and those guys, their opinion on and what should happen and get better in the offseason is to what? To run faster. He loses more weight so he can run faster. Not that he gets with his wide receivers and try to develop chemistry. No. He wants to lose more weight after he done lost 15 pounds. He wants to run faster and lose weight and continue to rely on Derrick Henry. This is the laziest shit I have ever seen from my quarterback. And the guy that is condoning this shit is the organization, but the head coach. Instead of looking at your quarterback and say, hey, bro, we need you to get better. Hey, bro, we need you to, make some plays with your arm. No, you're not challenging Lamar. You ask him to do exact same things that he's been doing for the past 7 years, and that's run around like a chicken with his head cut off, hand the ball off to the running back. We can, uh, uh, um, hopefully we can make plays with the running game and run the clock and win the time possession. But like this is the same. This is the same shit. When you got quarterbacks like, when you got quarterbacks like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, you gonna lose to these guys. These guys are elite. These are real quarterbacks. You cannot get comfortable with guys like Lamar with Josh Allen. You can't get comfortable with a guy like Patrick Mahomes because you get him any hope, they gonna make plays with their arms, and this is exactly what you said. Right now, Josh Allen, it's not even close. It's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. What's going on, J Rock? And like I said, they got Alexander. They got every time I turn around, these guys they picking up more and more veteran players. But like I said, what I'm seeing from this Baltimore Ravens, I just don't see any hope. This was a devastating loss. This was a devastating loss for them. He looked like he was defeated, and I mean defeated. I like I said, that's not BP's 14 receptions, okay, and a lot of that. The play was Zay Flowers. I think he had 2 touchdowns, I believe. One when he came across underneath, and then I believe it was 1 touchdown, but I could be wrong. I'm not looking at my tablet so I can get the stats right now. But it was one that he caught the screen, and like I said, these are high school plays. This worse than these are college and high school plays that we're seeing these guys score touchdowns on. These guys be wide open in the middle of the field because they're selling out. The defense is selling out to stop the run because they know Lamar gonna run, and they know that Derrick Henry's gonna run, so they're not even worried about. This is why I'm looking at the coaching and I'm looking at Lamar. This is Lamar's fault and this is the coach's fault because they refuse to change it up. They don't want to change. They're going to live and die by Lamar running around in 50 billion circles, running backwards, losing more weight and more. Before you realize he's going to be the fucking size of an ant. He lose any more damn weight. Like I said, Josh Allen is clearly the second best quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. And like I said, I don't even think it's close. I think those guys are so far beyond and ahead of everybody. Like these guys can literally, Patrick Mahomes, and have the wide receivers. Travis Kelce is old, so he's kind of a magician in his own right. The offensive line is terrible, but somehow he just finds a way to do it. This is Josh Allen. I don't think they have the greatest wide receiving core either. But this dude is just making fucking plays. He gets standing play. He's checking the ball down. He's getting, the 1 yard. He's getting the first down conversions on 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2. He's doing it himself. He's doing all of this himself. This boy, this dude is fucking incredible. Josh Allen is incredible. I know he had the tools coming in. Didn't think he would get to this level in regards to him being a quarterback. I did not see this. Obviously, he had the tools. But this dude is fucking incredible right now. And if there's any team in the NFL that I would love to see win besides my Atlanta Falcons, it's the Buffalo Bills. Because that organization, their fans, they deserve a championship. You got to go have court offense in football, you gotta have pocket presence. And like I said, that's the way the NFL is right now. Like, this is why I was so upset with the play calling. You can't just call plays that's just not going to utilize your quarterback's athleticism. The game has just changed. As much as I like I said, as much as I love Peyton Manning, as much as I love Matt Ryan, the NFL does not want it. The game has changed. It has changed. You gotta have a quarterback that can move in the pocket now. It's just the way it is. This game has this was fucking incredible. I'm sitting down and I'm watching it, get myself prepared for the next day. And I thought the game was over for the most part. But this is why in football, look, man, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Okay? It ain't over till the fat lady sings. She was humming, she was doing all that, but good God almighty. I'm going to say this too. Arrogance. I saw so much arrogance from that Baltimore offense, especially from Flowers. I believe that was Flowers that he ended up catching the touchdown and he waved bye, whatever the hell it was. It was over. This team. Look, I do not know how these guys are going to bounce back from this. I have no clue how they're going to bounce back from this. Because you rushed for almost 300 yards, 250-something yards. You got your quarterback that had 70. You had Derrick Henry that had about 175 and like 20-something from the backups. I do not know how you get back from this. This Lamar should be ashamed of himself. Derrick Henry should be ashamed of himself. John Harbaugh should be ashamed of himself. I am not surprised that defense folded. We tell people all this time. They put so much money in trying to get Lamar weapons and weapons and weapons. You brought in the old ass cornerbacks that are done. And I'm going to just say this. They're not getting any better on that defense side of the ball. This was atrocious. You gave up 41 points. You gave up 41 fucking points. Yeah. Flowers good. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm not even a Buffalo fan. Him doing that like the game is over. Yeah. You don't think Lamar played well enough to win? No. He did exactly what he always do. He ran around in circles, and this is why. Look. Let me ask everybody a question. If it wasn't for Derrick Henry, how great did Lamar? Do you think Lamar played well enough if Derrick Henry isn't there? Do y'all think that's enough for a quarterback to go 14 of 19 in the game, and you tell me that's enough? Let's keep it real. We're going to talk about this. 14 of 19. How is 14 of 19 good enough in a full quarter game? That right there tells me that's about 3 to 4. That's almost 3 catches per quarter. A little bit above that. Okay? 19 catches, 19 attempts, 14 receptions. 3 fucking almost 3 to 4, about 3.5 per receptions, per completions per quarter. And you're trying to convince me that that's good enough for a $50 million guy. You got a young rookie. It's as far as I'm concerned, Michael Penix is a young rookie quarterback. This dude passed the ball for 42 2 times in a game. He's not even making half of what, like, he's barely making half of what Lamar Jackson is making. This dude is making $50 million, and this guy he's getting more attempts. Mike Penix doubled. Okay, he doubled what Lamar Jackson was throwing for in attempts. Just think about that for a second. That's not good, yo. This is why teams keep coming back. Because all they have to do is really just focus on getting turnovers, taking the ball away. Especially good teams, all they got to do is take the ball away. Get stops on third down, they win. But because Lamar's not going to win, he's not going to come back with his arms. He's going to run around, and hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. And we've seen them lose so many games, big games, just like this. No, you keep talking about turnovers. Lamar had 19 pass attempts, bro. 14 completions in 4 quarters. Folks so disingenuous with Lamar Jackson 4K. If you got 6'3", 240, 1,900 yards, and 99% of that got to make. That's what I mean. Like, if you really take away Lamar, Derrick Henry, can we honestly say that Lamar Jackson was the real reason why this team is putting up so many points? If Lamar would have won this game, they were ready to make him the Super Bowl champ. Yeah. Jalen Hurts can have the same stat line and the media will praise him like he's Joe Montana. Look, I understand all that, but like I said, it's just been so many games with Lamar Jackson just like this where he barely throws the ball. I've seen them last year where this guy threw the ball less than 25 times a game, and he has 250 yards, 300 yards passing. And a lot of that is to wide receivers that are wide open. These guys wide open because all the teams are doing is just settling out to stop the run. They don't care about Zay Flowers. They don't care about Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. They do not care. Nobody cares. Nobody's afraid of those guys. Nobody's afraid of them. This is why this happens that's why this is happening. That's why he passed for 4,000. Lamar Jackson never threw the ball for over 3,500 prior to him getting here. So we can't say that, Lamar Jackson is getting better as a quarterback when he's never thrown for 4,000 yards before. The only time that he's thrown for 4,000 when Derrick Henry became the running back, and he rushed for 1,900 yards. Why do you think wide receivers and these guys are wide open? Like, my thing isn't that Lamar, the passing attempts. My thing is, I've said time and time again, when you need Lamar and these guys to make big plays and to close games out, they fail every single time. This guy has to prove to me John Harbaugh has to prove to me that he got some nuts, that he gonna change things up. Here we go again with this team talking about we gonna get the ball to our wide receivers, yet they do the exact same thing every single year. Todd Monken talked about this all this time. All off season talking about they were gonna get the ball to the wide receivers, yet nothing changed. They stayed exactly the same. And granted that they did put up 40 points, but it was the same game. You can't win games like this against a Josh Allen. You can't win games like this against a Patrick Mahomes. You can't win games against great quarterbacks like this. It was a 40-25 lead. They scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. Let me say this again. They scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. From what I understand, each guy had, 22 points in the fourth quarter? The Baltimore Ravens scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. Buffalo Bills scored 22 fucking points. 22 points in the fourth quarter. 22, y'all. Tank, we know that. We've been trying to tell your goofy ass that shit for the last year and a half. You and these stupid idiots up here believing that this guy's a quarterback. He's not. That's why they lose the same way every time. They have to try to force. The thing is with defenses, the defenses know if they just keep around, if they hang around long enough with the Baltimore Ravens, 1 possession, 2 possessions, they have the chance to come back. Baltimore defense is Baltimore defense is bad. I know that Baltimore defense is bad. They know this because they know what they get in the fourth quarter and it's a 1 possession game or it's tied. Chances are Lamar gonna fold. He's not gonna be able to make the plays. If they stop the run, they know Lamar Jackson ain't gonna be able to beat them with their arm. All they have to do is tackle well against Baltimore. And in the fourth quarter, that's what they did. They tackled more, they tackled better, and they got the turnover at the right time. Teams with great quarterbacks know that they can beat Baltimore because they know Lamar ain't gonna beat them with their arm. All they got to do is stop the run, tackle well, get turnovers, and get the ball back into Josh Allen's hand. Get the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hand. They knows this. No, he's not a good passer. Okay? Not. That's the biggest myth. Don't tell me this guy's a good, like you barely have 30. You've been in the league about 7 years already, and you barely have 30,000 passing yards. Nah. I know 3 quarterbacks that have been in the league that done had 25, almost 30,000 yards in 5 years. Okay? In 5 years, and this guy hasn't even gotten 30,000 yards in 7 years or so? It's not a good passer. Stafford just went over 60,000. Okay? I've said this time and time again. Lamar Jackson is the biggest fraud in the NFL history. He's the biggest fraud in the history of the NFL. Because guess what? They created a system where they just run the ball, check the ball down, and play it safe. The Baltimore Ravens just looked up by getting Derrick Henry that extended. If Derrick Henry isn't there, how do we know? How can you tell me if Derrick Henry isn't there, how can I be positive that Lamar Jackson has gotten better? This is 1,900 yards. This is 1,900 yards rushing and over 15 fucking, over a good 12 fucking touchdowns in a season. How do I know that Lamar Jackson has gotten better? When you got a 1,900 yard rusher, how do I know that? How do I say Lamar Jackson has gotten better? Everybody knows that you run the ball, you keep the ball out of the quarterback's hand where he doesn't have to pass the ball 50 times a game. How many times have we seen in a game that Lamar Jackson, when we need them, and I mean we as in the Baltimore fans, when we need him to pass the ball 50 times, that he can actually do it without no running back, without no help, no running game, and say, go win me the game? He hasn't done it. Well, I don't give a fuck what you define. You was a fucking moron, okay? You are a fucking moron. This is the stupidest shit you ever said, Tank. And like I said, I'm not doing this dumb shit with you. You can get the fuck on. I don't define being a good passer by how many yards. Shut the fuck up. I don't give about that dumbass shit you saying. You sound like a fucking idiot. So get the fuck on, take your ass a motherfucking nap, okay? You know, what the fuck is you talking about? I don't define a good quarterback by how many fucking pass yards. You sound like a damn retard. Shut the fuck up. Fucking idiot. This is why motherfuckers get cussed out. They be mad at me because, oh, Mike, you've been disrespectful. Who the fuck says some stupid ass shit like that? I don't define a good quarterback by how many passing yards he running. He's made. Shut the fuck up. The fuck out of here. You sound like a fucking idiot. The fuck is you talking about? Motherfucker up here talking about I don't define a quarterback by how many passing yards he got. What the fuck is that? It's called a thrower, quarterback. You fucking moron. The stupidest shit. These, like, motherfucker will say the dumbest shit to try to defend this fucking bum. I don't define a quarterback by how many passing yards he's throwing. The fuck is you talking about? This motherfucker, he got some nerve to say some stupid ass shit like that. Why is Peyton Manning the greatest quarterback, regarded as the greatest quarterback? Because he put up the most passing yards. Why is Joe Montana is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? Because he put up a bunch of passing yards. Why is Tom Brady is regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? Because he put up a lot of passing yards. Why is Matt Ryan is regarded as not only the greatest Atlanta Falcons quarterback of all time, but a Hall of Fame quarterback? Is regarded as a Hall of Fame quarterback. It's because he put up a bunch of passing yards. Why is Drew Brees regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and the greatest Saint and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? Because he put up a bunch of passing yards. Not because he threw fucking 2-yard check downs. It's because he threw for a bunch of yards. Get the fuck out of here with this cockamamie ass bullshit, dick sucking ass shit that y'all be doing for Lamar. Motherfucker up here throwing for 20,000 yards in a fucking season talking about, well, I don't define him as the quarterback position by hitting me passing yards. You sound like a fucking idiot. Brett Favre, all these guys putting up big numbers. Matthew Stafford put up big numbers. Kurt Warner put up big fucking numbers. But this jackass up here talking about he don't define by passing yards. You sound like a fucking idiot. And you can suck a dick too, Sheila E. Talking about some fucking Justin Fields. We done seen Justin Fields have one good game and then turn into a fucking bomb the next. Shut the fuck up. Y'all just couldn't wait to open y'all motherfucking go. Yeah, like y'all spread eagle all you was waiting to spread eagle for Justin Fields to say shit. Ain't nobody even said nothing about Justin Fields. He was just this motherfucker just waiting to bring up Justin Fields. He passed the ball for 200 less than 200 yards, 250 yards, and now you ready to spread your coochie wide open for this man. I'm convinced that y'all like looking at these niggas' booties while y'all be watching while y'all watching him run. Cause that's the only thing y'all focus on. Cause you can't say you like them throwing the football because they don't never do that shit well. Two rushing touchdowns from Justin Fields today. Saying this dumbass shit. Y'all see a black nigga running fast and y'all just get hard. Yes, yeah, peeps. Like saying all this goofy ass shit. Y'all act like this man threw for 400 yards and 10 touchdowns. This motherfucker had, less than 250? I think it was like 240 from Justin, but it might have been 250. Rushed for 2 touchdowns, and y'all up here acting like he just had one of the greatest games of all time. Did they win? Huh? Did the Jets win? Let me ask that question. Did the Jets win? See, again, Trauma, and I love what you just said. Ain't nothing wrong with running when you have to. The key word right there, what I love what you just said, is have to. This is year 7 for Lamar. He still haven't figured out the have to part. He still want to run every play. What Lamar does as an athlete is great. It's legendary. But he's a loser because he haven't figured out that me running in circles, running to the right, running backwards, it's not going to be good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to get them to it. And it's barely good enough to get these guys to an AFC championship. It's not good enough to get them to a Super Bowl because he hasn't been there. It's not good enough. You have to learn how to be a quarterback and get the balls into your playmaker's hand. Vic, yes. And Sheila, you need to take your little coochie ass on, shut the fuck up too, because he ain't made nobody better. Made somebody bread. What the fuck is you talking about? You sound like a fucking dumbass too. Like, just look, man, just so you want to have this man baby saying all this stupid ass shit. Who the fuck Lamar ever done made bread for? This motherfucker said Lamar made people bread. He ain't made no goddamn, he ain't made nobody bread. The fuck is you talking about? Y'all say some of the dumbest shit because you want to bend over like Suki Hunter for this dude. D-Hop was already making bread before he even got there. Man, shut your stupid ass up. Talking about made D-Hop. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But you people, you are really, it's disgusting. I love Peyton Manning, but goddamn, I'm willing to look wear my own draws I love Matt Ryan, but I'm willing to wear my own draws. Y'all ain't even wearing y'all own draws for these dudes. Man, shut up. Ain't no fucking parlays. Fuck a parlay. I'd be a rich motherfucker if I bet on Lamar Jackson losing, okay? The fuck out of here. The fuck I look like? Do we look like we care about some goddamn parlays? Do we look like we care? We football fans. We don't give a shit about no fucking real football fans. Don't give a shit about no fantasy football. And you can go to suck a dick to Tank with that QBR. You just took 15, 20 minutes to look up some bullshit ass QBR just to say this motherfucker. It's easy to have some high fucking QBR when you're checking the ball down to a goddamn running back 15 times a game. Shut your stupid ass up. That motherfucker went over there and Googled QBR 15 minutes ago and then come back with that weak ass shit. Motherfucker talking about some QBR. The fuck out of here. This motherfucker come back here talking about some QBR, some imaginary ass shit. Motherfucker, do I look like I'm fucking do I look like I give a shit about QBR? Do we look like we fucking NASA? Look, we are not fucking NASA. We don't give a fuck about the imaginary goddamn numbers these motherfuckers making up talking about some QBR. That's some weak ass shit. Some nerdy ass shit to come up and talk about some fucking QBR. Get the fuck out of here. Some fucking QBR. Y'all got some damn nerve. That's some high school BP, bro. That like Pete, man, this is weak as hell. You just saw this man lose again the exact same way in a big time. This is what Sam been talking about. This is what Sam been talking about. This is exactly what it talk. As soon as you need them to make big plays in big moments, he fails every time. The exact same way. It's always everybody else's fault. When are we going to see Lamar Jackson play a game where he's throwing the ball 50? We're going to say fuck Derrick Henry from this point on. We're going to say fuck Derrick Henry from this point on. We're going to say fuck him. Let's see what Lamar can do. Lamar, you got to win us this game. You got to show us what you made of. We need you to pass the ball 50 times in the game. I need you to win. I need you to beat Patrick Mahomes this way and this way only. Can you do it? And I can confidently sit here and say, hell no, Lamar Jackson cannot beat a team, especially a Buffalo, a Pittsburgh, a Chiefs. He cannot beat a team with his arm and without Derrick Henry. I can confidently say that. I can confidently say that Lamar Jackson in a game by himself, no Derrick Henry, can beat an elite team of San Francisco, an elite defense. He cannot do it. He fails every freaking time. Goff had 39 passing attempts and on 225. Right, and these are the things that we talking about. So, all right. So if Lamar ain't the reason why they lost the game, why? Like, my thing is, you up 25 to 4. You up 40-25. You up 40-25. Okay. You up 2 possessions. So if he's just such a great quarterback, the thing is, you get a turnover. They get the ball back. A great quarterback, when you got a two possession lead, I need you to make 2 to 3 plays to extend the play. Not with your legs, with your arm, because Buffalo was selling out to stop the run, and they did that. So you need your quarterback to make a play with his arm. So don't tell me that they didn't lose because of Lamar. Of course they lost because of Lamar. Because Lamar didn't do his job as a quarterback, as a $50 million quarterback, to get those first down with his arm. They lost because of him. Because they have no faith in him to be able to spread everything out and have Lamar win it with his arm. Hey, that's not even true. That's not true. You got a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. You need your quarterback to just get a first down, to keep getting first downs. That's why you paying your quarterback $50 million. You paying your quarterback $50 million with a 15-point fucking lead, going in, not even going in. You in the fourth quarter. You tell me your $50 million quarterback, if they selling out to stop the run, and your quarterback, you don't even think about putting the ball into your quarterback's hand, and like they put the ball in the hand and he still couldn't get the first downs, and you trying to sit here and convince me? You trying to convince me that they didn't lose because of Lamar? Of course they did. So I'm going to need you to stop spreading your legs wide open for Lamar and be truthful and be honest. But I don't expect you and Sheila E., because your coochies are wide open for these black men that run fast. That's all y'all care about. You have no care in the world for a quarterback that can stand in the pocket and deliver and get the ball to his wide receivers. And I don't mean checking the ball down. Checking the ball down is what you look. Those are simple things. But when you need your quarterback to make big plays and get the ball into their wide receiver's hand, this is what sets Patrick Mahomes apart. This is what sets Josh Allen apart. Because they can do the simple things and checking the ball down to their tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. They do that. Patrick Mahomes went to a Super Bowl checking the ball down to running backs and tight ends all fucking season. But you see what happened when they played a team that could get after the quarterback? Their wide receivers weren't good enough. Talking about some fucking QBR. Man, you don't sit your silly ass down somewhere. Some damn nigga up here talking about some damn. They didn't lose because of Lamar. Of course they did. If you're not putting the ball into your $50 million players or playmakers' hand, you lost because of him. Because you have zero confidence in him. You ever think to yourself, why do they won't put the ball in his hand in crunch time? And you want to sit up and tell me and tell the world that they didn't lose because of Lamar? Of course they did. They don't even have confidence that this dude can do it. Oh, I know you pussies in here. Look, I know Sheila E. and Tanky Poo. That's what y'all do. Look, man, why don't y'all just exchange each other numbers right now, okay? And y'all can get booty ass naked together with Lamar. Because that's what you're doing right now. Now one of y'all ain't making no sense. Just exchange numbers, okay? Exchange it, man. Just give me your number, Sheila E. and Tanky Poo. Y'all just, look, if y'all want to hook up, find me on Instagram. I'll hook you up, goddamn. I'll be Dr. Love, because that's what y'all motherfuckers sound like right now. Motherfucker ain't throw the ball 19 yards. You making $50 million. $50 million freaking dollars. You making $50 million. And you tell me that your quarterback don't even want to, your head coach don't even want to put the ball in your hand to win the game. And you're trying to convince me, you're trying to convince B Peeps, K Styles in the world that they didn't lose because of Lamar? Please. That makes no sense. Imagine Bill Belichick saying to himself in the fourth quarter, I need to get a first down. I'm not even going to get a ball. I'm not even going to put the ball in Tom Brady's hand. Y'all sound crazy as hell. No, you acting it. Don't tell me this. Look, y'all up here. Look, y'all head your head so far up Lamar ass. Y'all don't even you don't even hear the stupidity that's coming out of you. You so madly in love with this guy, enamored with his abilities. You don't even realize how stupid you sound. The quarterback, the head coach won't even put the ball in his hands, but you're trying to tell me that they didn't lose because of Lamar. They shouldn't have got to that point. A 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, only 6 points. Lamar didn't come through when needed. Again. Hey, here he go. Here he go. Why he gotta throw for 300? So let me see. This is how. Let me break this down. How stupid Tank is. Okay, and Sheila E. They had over 250 yards rushing. 70 of that was Lamar. 100 and something is that. So you trying to tell me that Lamar can consistently listen to this, y'all? This man is trying to convince us that Lamar Jackson should be able to win the game. The Baltimore Ravens should be able to win every game passing the ball under 300 yards. Okay? The league average, do you even know what the league average is for teams? Total yards? Do you know what that? Do you even know? See, he look, he probably, I need you to go Google that. Look at the league average for total yards in a game for a team. Look at the league. I bet you don't know that. Look at the league in total yards. Mm-hmm. Oh, we know K-Styles, and look, like I said, I'm about to call it short, but this is the stuff that we talk about. This is the silly shit that he's saying. The Falcons had 330 total yards. Had 50 and about this. So they had about 350 yards total. You telling me that 300 and less than 300 yards the Falcons lost, but these guys had double what the damn near double. I think Lamar them had like about 500 yards. Close to 400 to 500 yards total, and they lost. But you trying to sit up here and convince me and convince the world that he doesn't have to pass the ball as a quarterback for more than 300 yards in a game? You telling me that Daniel Jones can throw for more yards than he can throw for more yards in his career in a season that Lamar Jackson does, but Lamar doesn't have to do that? See, this is what K be talking about the Matt Ryan standard. Everybody in the league, everybody in the league has to perform at an elite level. Every quarterback has to throw for 300 yards in a game. But guess what? Because he's Lamar Jackson and y'all got a hard on for this dude, he doesn't have to pass the ball for 200 yards. He doesn't even have to pass for 250 yards. This is the only guy in the NFL that gets a pass for not throwing for 300. That used to be a standard for quarterbacks. Now, since Lamar Jackson, his fans say he don't even have to throw the ball for 200 yards. And he barely doing that from game to game. With 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Ravens had almost 40 points, and Lamar only had 151 yard passing. That ain't good, bro. Period. But Billy, I was shocked at it, and like I said, we talk about that in a few hours. I know Truth is gonna get up about 9 o'clock. He's gonna go live, so head over to 6 and 8 live, and Truth TV and Entertainment, Sports and Entertainment. He gonna be live, to expand on his thoughts on the game. But this is, y'all lower the bar so far for Lamar Jackson because you got a hard on. Y'all really want to have this man babies, okay? Y'all really want to have this man babies. He's the only quarterback in the league that you hear. Y'all heard it for himself. Y'all heard it for yourself. Lamar doesn't have to throw for 300. Lamar Jackson is the only quarterback in the league that nobody, his fans don't want. They make an excuse for him not throwing for 300. Not 400, not 500. They make an excuse for him not even throwing for 300. But you say he's an elite quarterback and everybody else sucks. Everybody in the league sucks. Why is it that he doesn't have to do it? And I'm going to close with that. Why is it every quarterback in the league has to throw for 300, but when it comes down to Lamar and y'all saying that he doesn't have to throw for 300, he gets a pass. Every quarterback in the league, okay? Every quarterback in the league has to throw for 300. That's a damn near a requirement. But for Lamar Jackson, he's the only one that y'all say, he don't have to throw for 300. Why is it that? I've seen a guy in high school throw for 700 yards and for 150. I've seen a motherfucker in college throw for 700 fucking yards in a game. But Lamar Jackson is only the player in the universe that doesn't have to throw for 300. Let me say this again. I've seen a quarterback throw for 700 fucking yards in a game. We've seen quarterbacks throw for 506 in a game. Matt Ryan has thrown for 500 yards in a game. But Lamar Jackson is the only one that doesn't have to throw for 300. I've seen Matt Ryan. He holds the record tied with Drew Brees and Peyton Manning for the most consecutive 4,000-yard seasons every year. Every year. But Lamar Jackson doesn't have to throw for 300 yards in a game. And we're talking about weird haters. Y'all talking about weird haters. This guy doesn't have that same. He does. Everybody has a standard, and Lamar Jackson doesn't have a standard. Kirk Cousins threw for 500. Yes. But Lamar Jackson is not supposed. You don't. Oh, I don't. When I look at Lamar, I just don't want. He doesn't have to throw for 300. We wanted to throw Matt Ryan away for having 350 yards, 5 touchdowns, and about 4 interceptions in the game, and we wanted to throw him in the fucking trash. Lamar Jackson barely passing for 200 yards in a damn game. And y'all say that's good enough. This is incredible, y'all. Nick Foles, he's another one of those guys that did that. Like, this is incredible. This is what we mean. And like I said, I'm losing power right now, and I'm gonna cut it short now for real. But this is the reason why this is silly. All these Lamar Jackson fans are silly. You are an embarrassment to yourself. You're an embarrassment as a football fan saying goofy shit like this. He's the only quarterback in the NFL that gets to pass the ball for 150 yards and everybody say that's good enough. He's the only quarterback that fails every single time in big situations and his fans say that's good enough. He's the only quarterback that in the league that only threw for one season of 4,000. One season of 4,000. And that's good enough. And he's a legend. Why? Because he's a running quarterback. Running quarterbacks, in this instance, just only in regards to Lamar Jackson, gets a pass. But you see Patrick Mahomes, you see Jalen Hurts, you see Josh Allen, all these guys run just as well as he does. But those guys get judged harshly. But Lamar gets a pass. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. And like I said, Gino, another one of those guys. Y'all are sad. And I really hope that you and Sheila E. exchange numbers so y'all can just get this love affair over with. Because it's getting ridiculous. Go on to IG, all right, and y'all just exchange numbers, okay? Just exchange numbers and get it over with. Just go ahead and get it over with. This man threw for 151 yards, and y'all say that's good enough. You can't make this shit up, y'all. You can't make it up. You cannot make this up. A guy passed for 151 yards in the game, and y'all said that this is good enough. Desmond Ridder would have done the same thing. Everybody wanted him out of the league. Let me say this again. Desmond Ridder threw for 150 yards in a game. Everybody wanted him out of the league. But because Lamar Jackson can run in circles, he can run real fast, y'all still want him in the league. Y'all still want him. Y'all still say he's an elite quarterback. That's sad. That, my friends, is the bottom line. Because Mad Mike says, so stay tuned to us tomorrow. Like I said, we got some other games that we're gonna talk about. K-Style, we're gonna do the college games on Monday, as well as the Monday night preview. It's 6:00, so y'all stay tuned for the originators. Monday college and the Monday night preview for that. So you guys do for that, man. Like I said, y'all Tanky Poo and Sheila E, y'all, I'm telling y'all prove themselves to be a Lamar Jacker offer every single time. You are Lamar Jacker offers. I can guarantee you that nobody in the league gets this amount of excuses. And it's sad at this point. that this dude can continue to lose the exact same way, and all his fans, all they care about is him running in circles and rushing for 100 yards in the game. 150 yards passes is good enough for these Lamar Jackson fans. It's sad. And it's disgusting that every other quarterback gets judged harshly, but this dude gets a pass. No, it ain't no calming down. Y'all said 151 yards passing is good enough. Y'all said it was good enough. That's all I got. I'm done. I'll let y'all tomorrow. Appreciate.